Our Heavenly Father, with humble hearts overflowing with gratitude, we approach you at this moment. We acknowledge your sovereignty and unconditional love that sustain us in every instance. Kleber and Jaqueline, with their struggles and joys, their dreams and challenges, bring their family before you today, a precious gift entrusted to us. They seek your strength to nurture the bonds that unite them, to find peace amidst life's tempests, and for the love that grounds them to grow stronger day by day. The world, with its pressures and distractions, often attempts to dilute the essence of what it means to be family, a sanctuary of welcome and growth. There is an inherent fragility in human relationships, a vulnerability that, without your grace, can lead to misunderstandings, estrangement, and, in more severe cases, the breakdown of trust. Kleber and Jaqueline feel this pressing need for a safe haven, a place where hearts can beat in unison, and where faith serves as the pillar supporting each member. They long for a union that transcends appearances, a profound connection that only your presence can build. They understand that family is not merely a collection of people sharing the same roof, but a living community where each individual is called to love, serve, and forgive. There are times, Lord, when daily responsibilities, financial worries, professional demands, and even personality differences can create fissures, small or large, in the family structure. Kleber, in his journey, may feel the weight of expectations and the need to be the provider, at times feeling exhausted or misunderstood. Jaqueline, in turn, may face the challenges of balancing household tasks, caring for children, and still pursuing her own goals and dreams, feeling, on some days, the exhaustion or loneliness. The children, each with their individuality and developmental stage, also navigate their own discoveries, insecurities, and desires, and the way they are guided shapes the future they will build. It is within this complexity of interactions and needs that Kleber and Jaqueline seek your guidance. In this prayer, they desire to open their hearts so that your light may penetrate every corner, dispelling the shadows of discord and spreading the balm of your love. They know that true union lies not in the absence of conflict, but in the capacity to overcome it together, strengthened by your supporting hand. The pursuit of this unity is a constant calling, a journey of learning and deepening the art of truly loving, with all the imperfections that characterize us. Kleber and Jaqueline seek not an illusory perfection, but an authentic connection, where vulnerability is seen as strength and honesty, as the fertile ground for growth. They understand that family love demands sacrifice, patience, and above all, the active pursuit of concord. May this prayer be a milestone on this path, a moment of renewal and commitment to the divine principles that should guide family life. They wish for every interaction, every conversation, every gesture to be imbued with your wisdom and compassion. Kleber and Jaqueline long to witness your hand at work in their home, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and strengthening the bonds of affection and mutual respect. They trust that by placing their family in your hands, they will find the right direction to build a solid home, filled with joy, peace, and above all, your unfailing love. May this journey of seeking unity and love be a living testament to your transformative presence in their lives. God of infinite goodness, today we lift our supplications for Kleber and Jaqueline's capacity to cultivate emotional resilience within their family unit. Life, in its unpredictability, often presents us with moments of disappointment and frustration, situations that, if not well managed, can foster resentment and undermine harmony. It is crucial for parents to develop the ability to manage their own emotions healthily, serving as positive role models for their children. We consider specific adversities, an unexpected dismissal for Kleber, for instance, or Jaqueline's persistent difficulty in coping with a chronic illness. In these scenarios, how both process anguish, express their concerns, and seek solutions together will define the impact on the family environment. May they learn not to suppress sadness or anger, but to channel them constructively through open dialogue and mutual support. Furthermore, it is imperative that Kleber and Jaqueline's family cultivate a sense of belonging and individual appreciation, which is essential against the onslaught of self-criticism or external comparison. Each member possesses unique talents and characteristics, and it is in celebrating these particularities that true community strength manifests. All too often, comparison with other families glimpsed on social media or in casual conversations, can generate feelings of inadequacy or envy, hindering the appreciation of what already exists. Kleber may feel pressured to achieve professional success that doesn't align with his actual aptitudes, while Jaqueline might wish for domestic skills that seem unattainable to her. May they both teach their children to recognize their own accomplishments, however small they may appear, and to develop solid self-esteem, grounded in their efforts and the love they receive. Regarding communication, Kleber and Jaqueline urgently need to enhance their active listening skills, a cornerstone for conflict resolution and for building a trusting relationship. Listening is not merely waiting for one's turn to speak, but rather striving to comprehend the other's perspective, validate their feelings, and demonstrate empathy. Consider a common disagreement: child discipline. If Kleber and Jaqueline do not listen attentively to each other's approaches and expectations, friction can arise that confuses the child and weakens parental authority. May they allow themselves moments of focused conversation, uninterrupted, where each concern is clearly expressed and heard with genuine attention, seeking consensus. On the other hand, it is crucial that Kleber and Jaqueline's family develops the capacity to adapt to life's inevitable changes. The children's childhood does not last forever. Developmental stages bring their own new demands and challenges. A couple that remained cohesive while supporting childhood may find themselves distant when the children become adolescents, with interests and concerns that diverge from their parents. Thus, it is fundamental that Kleber and Jaqueline continue to nurture their own relationship, share interests, and find time for each other as a couple, even amidst family demands. They need to reinvent themselves as partners as circumstances evolve, keeping the flame of shared purpose alight. Ultimately, the practice of forgiveness, an exercise in humility and Christian love, is indispensable for the longevity and health of Kleber and Jaqueline's family unit. Everyone, without exception, makes mistakes, utters thoughtless words, or acts selfishly. The inability to forgive, harboring grudges and resentments, is akin to a slow poison that erodes emotional bonds. May Kleber and Jaqueline learn to sincerely apologize when they offend, and to offer forgiveness with the same generosity when they are offended, recognizing human frailty and trusting in the divine mercy that sustains them. May the memory of past mistakes not impede the construction of a future of mutual reconciliation and strengthening. Lord, as we contemplate Kleber and Jaqueline's journey and the complexity of their family life, we recognize the necessity of creating space for the cultivation of a shared spirituality, fundamental to the sustenance of their love and union. This is not merely about religious rituals, but about a profound lived experience of faith that permeates daily life, transforming even the most trivial moments into opportunities for connection with the divine, and consequently, strengthening family bonds. Consider, for instance, the way they share meals. Instead of being merely a moment of physical nourishment, they can become a sanctuary of gratitude, where they jointly express recognition for the blessings received, great or small.
Or the manner in which they face domestic challenges, seeking in prayer not only solutions to problems, but also the strength to persevere and the wisdom to learn from trials.
Furthermore, it is essential that Kleber and Jaqueline encourage the development of autonomy and responsibility in their children, fostering an environment where each individual feels empowered to contribute to the collective well-being. Instead of completing all tasks for them, anticipating their needs, let them guide their children in discovering their own capabilities, whether in organizing their belongings, performing small household chores, or making age-appropriate decisions. This process, though demanding time and patience, is a valuable investment in the children's character, preparing them for adult life and strengthening their sense of purpose within the home. Let us consider a situation where one of the children, say, leaves toys scattered on the floor. Instead of automatic reprimand, an invitation to reflection and action. Son, what can we do to make this space more pleasant for everyone? Another crucial layer for building a cohesive and loving family lies in valuing and celebrating each other's accomplishments, no matter how minor they may seem. It's easy to fall into the routine of merely pointing out flaws or focusing on what still needs improvement. However, acknowledging and verbalizing the pride felt for Kleber's work achievements, Jaqueline's dedication to her tasks, or a child's effort in their academic journey fosters an environment of mutual encouragement and validation. A handwritten note of appreciation, a sincere public compliment, or a special dinner to commemorate a small victory are gestures that, while simple, communicate profound and unconditional love, nurturing each member's self-esteem and strengthening their sense of belonging. Furthermore, it is vital for Kleber and Jaqueline to cultivate moments of genuine family leisure and fun, opportunities for decompression, the creation of cherished memories, and the strengthening of bonds of friendship among members. Life, in its intensity, often consumes us, leaving little room for enjoyment and relaxation. Whether it's outdoor excursions, afternoons of board games, at-home movie sessions, or even exploring new activities together, it is in shared joy that family intimacy deepens and hearts draw closer. Imagine the scene. After an intense week, they opt for a picnic in the park, allowing the children to run freely, Kleber and Jaqueline to enjoy a relaxed conversation, and for everyone to reconnect with the lightness and beauty of life. Finally, and no less importantly, the continuous pursuit of personal learning and growth by each member positively reflects on the family dynamic as a whole. Kleber and Jaqueline, by dedicating themselves to honing their own gifts and talents, whether through courses, reading, or new experiences, become inspiring role models for their children. This commitment to individual development is not selfish. On the contrary, it enriches the family, bringing new perspectives, renewed energy, and a greater capacity to contribute to the household. A curious mind and a spirit open to learning permeate the family environment, encouraging children to also seek their own paths of fulfillment and self-discovery. Lord, with the intention of further fortifying the essence of Kleber and Jaqueline's home, we now focus on the importance of prudent financial and material resource management, an aspect that, when neglected, can become a considerable source of stress and conflict. The ability to manage family finances with wisdom and transparency is a direct reflection of mutual trust and commitment to a shared future. It involves not only budget planning and expense control, but also open communication regarding debts, investments, and long-term objectives. For instance, considering a plan for children's education, the acquisition of a durable good, or even setting aside reserves for unexpected emergencies, such as an illness or an unforeseen event in Kleber's work, requires honest dialogue and joint decisions. This financial diligence should not be viewed as a burden, but as a tangible demonstration of love and responsibility towards all family members, ensuring an environment of security and stability. Furthermore, dedication to the preservation and enhancement of the home's physical environment, understood as a sacred space for coexistence and rest, is another pillar to consider in strengthening family unity. A home that intrinsically reflects care and organization contributes to the emotional well-being of its inhabitants. Let us consider how Kleber and Jaqueline organize common spaces, ensuring they are functional and welcoming for everyone. This can range from regular home maintenance, ensuring everything is in order, to the creation of small havens of peace, such as a reading nook for Jaqueline, a space for Kleber's hobbies, or a safe playground for the children. This attention to material details demonstrates a deep appreciation for each member's well-being, creating a constant invitation to remain and enjoy family life. Moreover, it is fundamental that Kleber and Jaqueline cultivate a long-term vision regarding the legacy they wish to build and transmit to future generations. This perspective transcends mere concern for the present and encompasses the building of moral and spiritual values that will be the foundation in shaping the children's character. May they dedicate themselves to teaching, through their actions and words, principles such as integrity, compassion, respect for life, and a sense of purpose that goes beyond material achievements. Consider, for example, the impact of Kleber and Jaqueline engaging in community service activities, demonstrating to their children the importance of reaching out to others and being a positive force in society. This formative influence, guided by concrete examples, will shape the children's character, equipping them with the necessary tools to face the world's challenges with resilience and love. In contrast, it is equally crucial that Kleber and Jaqueline master the management of inevitable external pressures that can impact family dynamics, such as social comparisons, external criticism, and the expectations of others. The temptation to mold the family according to an external, often unrealistic ideal, can lead to frustration and disconnection. Therefore, they should reinforce their identity as a family, grounded in their own values and the strength of their mutual love, assertively defining the space of intimacy in their kids' space. The decision to prioritize family well-being over external accolades, or to shield their children from negative influences, demonstrates maturity and an awareness of their role as guardians of their home. To conclude this phase, it is imperative that Kleber and Jaqueline pursue continuous improvement in their skills as parents and spouses, understanding that the family journey is a process of constant learning. This involves being open to seeking guidance, whether through literature, Christian counseling, or conversations with more experienced couples, always with the objective of growing in love, wisdom, and patience. The humility to acknowledge that they do not always possess all the answers and the willingness to adapt their approaches as the family's needs evolve are hallmarks of a truly resilient and blessed home. Let us envision Kleber and Jaqueline dedicating time to actively plan moments of connection and joint reflection, thereby strengthening their partnership and ensuring their home remains a beacon of love and hope. Lord, as we contemplate the continuous edification of a home where love and unity flourish, it is paramount that Kleber and Jaqueline cultivate the art of adaptability in the face of changes inherent to children's growth and life transitions. This entails going beyond mere flexibility, embracing a mindset of constant reevaluation of their own expectations and routines. For instance, a child's transition from childhood to adolescence necessitates a significant shift in communication styles and the establishment of disciplinary rules. What was effective when they were 8 years old may become obsolete and even counterproductive at 12 or 13. Kleber and Jaqueline must be attuned to these nuances, willing to adjust their approaches, rather than insisting on methods that no longer resonate with their child's new developmental stage. This capacity to metamorphose as parents, while always maintaining a solid foundation of love, is a testament to their maturity and dedication. Furthermore, the pursuit of a healthy equilibrium between family life and the individual needs of each member serves as an essential guiding principle for community resilience and satisfaction. This is not about a rigid division, but a conscious integration that acknowledges and validates the personal aspirations of Kleber and Jaqueline, as well as their children. For Kleber, this might entail the opportunity to pursue a hobby or interest that revitalizes him, even if it necessitates adjustments to the family schedule. Similarly, Jaqueline may require dedicated time for her professional development, or for activities that nourish her soul. To disregard these individual needs in favor of a blind collectivism can, paradoxically, weaken bonds, fostering veiled frustrations. The key lies in finding synergies, in supporting and encouraging each person's passions, as a fulfilled individual contributes more fully to family well-being. Another vital dimension for sustaining family love resides in the intentional education on the importance of forgiveness and reconciliation. In any human interaction, missteps are inevitable, and the capacity to offer genuine apologies and extend forgiveness with an open heart is a balm for relationships. Kleber and Jaqueline should be active role models of this practice, teaching their children that a disagreement need not culminate in a lasting rupture. Consider a scenario where a child, in a moment of anger, says something disrespectful to a sibling. Instead of severe, isolated punishment, a process involving acknowledging the error, expressing remorse, and subsequently being forgiven and reintegrated into family harmony is far more constructive. This culture of forgiveness acts as an antidote to the accumulation of resentments, strengthening trust and intimacy. Moreover, it is crucial for Kleber and Jaqueline to cultivate gratitude, not merely as a sentiment, but as an active daily expression. Expressing thanks for the small things, an affectionate gesture, a prepared meal, a moment of shared laughter, shifts perspective, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, and counteracting the human tendency to focus on what is lacking. May they encourage their children to express gratitude, whether through words, small symbolic gifts, or acts of service. This ingrained practice fosters an environment of mutual appreciation, where each person feels seen and valued, strengthening the fabric of love that binds them and preventing complacency in relationships. Ultimately, perseverance in the face of challenges is a virtue that Kleber and Jaqueline must not only possess, but also impart to their children. Family life is rarely a straight path of prosperity. There are turns, obstacles, and moments of turbulence. The strength to continue walking together, even when circumstances seem adverse, be it a financial crisis, a health issue, or a period of disunity, is what truly tests and refines family love. May they teach, through their own example, that difficulties are opportunities for growth, and that family unity is a safe harbor capable of weathering storms. This resilience, built upon faith and unconditional love, is what will perpetuate the strength and beauty of their home. Lord, as we seek to enhance Kleber and Jaqueline's experience as a family, it is crucial that they focus on nurturing nonviolent communication, guided by empathetic listening and the honest expression of needs, not demands. Instead of accusing each other for perceived failings, such as, for instance, Kleber saying to Jaqueline, "You never tidy the house properly," the ideal would be for them to express their feelings and needs clearly and constructively. "I feel bothered by the mess in the living room because it affects my relaxation after work. I would need us to find it more organized." This approach, by focusing on subjective experience and the desire for a harmonious solution, opens pathways for mutual understanding, rather than erecting barriers of defensiveness. This practice, when internalized, transforms dialogue from a battlefield into a space of collaboration and growth. Furthermore, Kleber and Jaqueline's family can benefit enormously by cultivating a ritual for celebrating milestones and achievements that transcend the material. Let us consider not only birthdays or holidays, but the commemoration of personal goals attained, such as the completion of a challenging project by Kleber, or Jaqueline's overcoming of a personal obstacle. Creating small traditions, a special Sunday lunch, a family board game night, or even the creation of a gratitude jar, where each person deposits notes of appreciation, serves to reinforce family identity and foster an environment of recognition and affection. These expressions, by anchoring love in tangible moments of shared joy, solidify emotional bonds and create a repertoire of positive memories that strengthen the family during difficult times. Furthermore, it is imperative that Kleber and Jaqueline actively foster intellectual curiosity and the exploration of diverse interests in their children, cultivating an environment where continuous learning is valued above mere academic performance. Instead of focusing exclusively on school grades, why not endeavor to ignite a fascination with new subjects, engage in constructive debates on relevant topics, or encourage the discovery of hidden talents? Activities such as museum visits, shared reading of books that stimulate critical thinking, or participation in workshops on subjects of interest can serve as powerful catalysts for the holistic development of young individuals. This immersion in a universe of knowledge not only broadens horizons, but also equips children with essential tools for self-sufficiency and adaptability in a constantly evolving world. Consequently, rather than ignoring the tensions or conflicts that inevitably arise, Kleber and Jaqueline should embrace them as valuable opportunities for learning and strengthening family bonds. Instead of shying away from difficult conversations about sibling disagreements, for instance, they ought to facilitate mediated dialogue where each child has the chance to express their feelings and seek a resolution beneficial to all. This process of conflict management, when taught and practiced consistently, not only prevents the accumulation of resentment, but also cultivates crucial life skills in children, such as empathy, negotiation, and resilience. The manner in which a family navigates discord ultimately mirrors its capacity to reinvent itself and emerge stronger through adversity. Finally, building an external support network, comprising trusted friends, extended family, or faith-based groups, can offer Kleber and Jaqueline indispensable emotional and practical support, thereby enriching family life. Instead of isolating themselves in their difficulties, they should actively seek connections that provide external perspectives, encouragement, and even practical assistance during times of need. A shared dinner with close friends, participation in school parent group activities, or candid conversations exchanging experiences with other couples can alleviate pressure and reinforce the sense that they are not alone in their journeys. This web of healthy relationships not only shields the family from undue pressures, but also expands its circle of affection and learning, fostering an environment of greater resilience and well-being. Reflecting on this journey thus far, we recognize how the myriad facets of family life interweave, each lending a new stratum of depth to the overarching purpose. It is akin to observing a skilled artisan who, with patience and precision, shapes clay into a masterpiece. Every touch, every adjustment, though seemingly subtle in isolation, contributes to the sculpture's ultimate harmony. Similarly, Daily interactions, overcome challenges, and the ceaseless pursuit of deeper understanding forge a complex tapestry, where threads of love, resilience, and communication entwine to form an ever-richer pattern of meaning. As we move forward, it becomes evident that the strength and beauty of a home reside not in the absence of imperfections, but in how those imperfections are transformed and leveraged as stepping stones for mutual growth. Considering the convergence of these reflections, the path ahead unveils itself with greater clarity, pointing toward a more comprehensive understanding of what constitutes a truly robust and loving familial foundation. The manner in which the disparate spheres of life, from the most quotidian responsibilities to the deepest yearnings of the spirit, articulate themselves defines the very architecture of the home. It is within the crucible of these varied experiences that the most resilient bonds and affectionate ties are forged. We can visualize this as the tide that, in its ebb and flow, sculpts the shoreline, continuously and powerfully revealing and deepening natural beauties. Each season of life brings its own new textures and patterns, demanding mindful navigation and an open heart. In light of these accumulated insights, the transition toward a conclusion invites us to view the whole, not as an aggregation of parts, but as a living organism, pulsating with energy and purpose. Wisdom lies in discerning the symphony that arises from the harmony of these diverse voices, rather than fixating on isolated notes. What emerges is a more integrated grasp of family dynamics, where interdependence and mutual care become the very pillars that uphold everything. It is like recognizing that the strength of a bedrock lies not solely in its individual solidity, but in how its various rock formations interlock to withstand the elements, conveying a message of permanence and security. As we approach the denouement, the essence of these reflections propels us toward a perspective that embraces the totality of human experience within the familial core. The clarity sought resides not in strictures or rigid rules, but in the very vibrance of a home where love is the very air one breathes, and respect, the fertile ground upon which roots deepen. The diverse nuances explored converge on a pivotal point: the conscious and intentional construction of a sanctuary that nurtures, safeguards, and propels each member towards their fullest potential, while simultaneously fortifying the unity of the collective. A gaze toward the future sharpens, revealing the latent potential within each interaction, each choice, each shared moment.